Alright, what is going on, everyone? My name is John, and I've been thinking about doing this for a long time now, but I never actually got around to doing it. But I thought of starting a short series called Beginners Guides in ESO. Essentially, we're going to go over a lot of different things for beginners guides, maybe advanced guides, but for this first episode, I'm going to need a lot of your feedback and pretty much letting me know what you think of the idea. And overall, like, we could do a whole variety of things, but I wanted to break these videos up into shorter pieces or like shorter videos simply because if I talk for like an hour and a half about just random things, I feel like it's harder for everyone to understand and learn from it. So we're going to break them up into different topics and categories. So this first episode is going to be playing with add-ons and the pros and cons of doing so and how it'll help you out in the long run. So let's start off with our add-ons and what they are. So add-ons are essentially third-party things where you could enhance your game that is not actually like breaking the game. So everything is legal and approved by ZeniMax, so it's like official. It's not like they're made by other people, but they're approved, I guess, in a way, so it doesn't break the game, and they just enhance your game. They don't, like, macro or anything for you. It just improves your experience for the most part. So, let's start off with what I have. Advanced UI, Factory Tactical Combat, or Foundry Tactical Combat, Grid View Inventory, Lore Books, and Sky Shards. So, basically, what this is, let's say you're playing on vanilla and
hello there.
Your inventory would look like this, and notice how you can only see limited items before you have to scroll down. With the inventory grid view, you would see all your items at once. It's kind of like Skyrim mods, essentially, where you can see all your items at once and it's organized and all that stuff. So this would help you a lot in the long run because you can actually just find things faster. It's not like game breaking or anything. So in this first part, we're just going to talk about what I have and what you should have. So there's a whole list of things you can find if you want to go search up ESO UI and then just download a thing called Minion. What that does is pretty much for a lot of MMOs, it has different add-ons you can choose, and there's like hundreds of them, but I only use a limited one. So a downside to having a lot of them is your FPS kind of tanks. So I only chose things I really needed. Well, not needed, but just thought would be extremely helpful. So let's go on to lore books and sky shards right now. Let's say this is your default map, and you know how there's nothing over there. So let's say we were to go look at something else on the map. Now these icons wouldn't be here, like the lore books, you see those, and the sky shards. With the add-on, it just shows you where they are on the map, so that would help you out. And understandably, if you're playing this on console, you do not have this. You're gonna have to look at a guide on, or just actually look for them all. But this would help you because the lore books and sky shards, they give you skill points, and the skill points are generally all of this. And the lore books, what they do is, obviously, one, you read the lore if you're actually interested, but primarily most people want it because the lore books increase your mage's guild, and that's the only way to get your mage's guild to 10. And for the most part, the reason why you'd want to get it is because of the passives and your abilities. The meteor ability right here is very important. It does a lot of DPS, so that's why most people get mage's guild. Other than that, there's only 2 out of 4 really good abilities, which are these two. And yeah, that's the reason why we would use lore books and sky shards, just to show you it makes things easier, and they would be where you are normally. So next on the list, we talked about the inventory grid view, lore books, sky shards, factory tactical or foundry tactical combat, and advanced UI. So what you can do is go to your add-on settings. If you have them on, you have this option. It shows you all your add-ons right here, and Foundry Tactical Combat is pretty much what happens. Like, here's an example. If I'm taking damage, it'll show you your damage counter. Think of it like World of Warcraft. That's the closest thing I can reference it to from what I've seen that's almost similar. what that does is just shows you how much damage you're doing. It helps you in dungeons to give you an idea of how you're doing in general and how much you're like healing, doing damage. And also, like, you see how, look at this guard right here. You see there, it shows you a health bar on the top of the numbers specifically. If you didn't have the add-on on, then it wouldn't show you the number, it would just show you the bar. So generally knowing exactly what % the enemy is at is really helpful. So that one is there. And the mini-map one, just, it's really helpful just because you have to, like, instead of pressing M all the time, or whatever your hotkey to open the actual map is, it's just like right there on the screen, and as you guys can see, like, I'm moving towards it and it's moving as well. So just having a map on your screen, you can always adjust the size as well. Most add-ons have all these different options, some you have to play with, and there's one thing that was pretty unique to me. It was called the action bar, and what this one does is pretty much, or your attributes bar, you see how you can have all the numbers, your party, instead of just like a regular bar. I'll show you name, how much their health, or like how much health they have, what level. This shows you the % of health, which is connected to that, and what race they are. The crown shows you who's the leader, and for bosses, it will show you a huge health bar with the numbers, so it generally gives you an idea of how you're doing. And of course, you know how like the default one, health, magic, and stamina, now it actually gives you a %. So you can adjust all of this. It's kind of neat. It takes some time to adjust it how you like it, but for the most part, it's definitely worth getting. Now for the preview one, where you could see all your items and whatnot, it shows you some other bars which are pretty unique, and you can always go to that and just shows you everything, where everything is. And the factory tactic or foundry tactical combat is just one of the most important ones. You can switch up the font, you can switch up how big everything is, and there's one button that you want to look at immediately. Is notice how you can move everything, like right here you can see all these. It just shows you where everything is and where it'll appear on the map, so it's like adjusting your UI, which is actually great. I'm not sure why they didn't even add that into the base game, but that's okay. And yeah, so this has been episode 1 of my add-ons and beginners guide. So if you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a like and let me know. I would love to hear your feedback. Would you like more beginners guides? We're gonna be talking about a lot of different things throughout the series, like organizing your bars, best classes, how to make gold, and just like crafting and all that stuff. But I just thought I'd break it down into like short, maybe 5 to 15-minute parts, just so it's easier to learn. And specifically, like if you're only looking for a certain thing, that would be really helpful instead. But like I could talk for 2 hours and you would probably just not learn anything, because I probably wouldn't either if I were to just listen to something. So hope you enjoyed this first episode. If you did, leave a like and possibly comment, leave your feedback. So if this is your first video you've ever seen from me, be sure to subscribe. I do Let's Plays for new games and primarily ESO. That has been on my channel for over a year, and I've been playing it for, I don't know, I'd say hundreds, maybe thousands of hours. So for the most part, I feel like I know what I'm talking about. Obviously, I don't know everything about this game, but I think my opinions are strong enough to get you a general idea and where to lead you off to a good start if you're new to the game, or even if you're just returning. I hope you enjoyed it. So there's a one last thing. If you just skip to the end, if you want to look up add-ons, you could Google ESO UI or Minion. What that will lead you to is a place where you just search up like MMO UIs for ESO, and it should lead you there. And then from there on, you could just install it and then just add-ons. So hope that helped. If it did, leave a like. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.